It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's being taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the stock market after losing most of their money in the different crashes, but now you don't have to be fearful because we have technology that will tell you when the markets are ready to collapse. That's right, the PT2. I designed it so that we get information in advance of any correction, the smallest correction to the largest correction. Get my PT2. Make sure this time when you are investing that you have safety on your side.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. Professional traders and investors know that Interactive Brokers provides the edge they need in today's markets. Low commissions and financing rates, along with best price execution and a focus on advanced trading technology and low costs that help maximize returns. At Interactive Brokers, not only do professional traders and investors get direct market access to stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and funds on over 100 markets in 23 countries from a single IB universal account. They also benefit from a wide array of advanced trading technology, from extensive options trading tools to sophisticated risk management and much more. Keep a pulse on daily market activity with commentary with IB's Traders Insight, which delivers market analysis from professional traders in the industry directly to your screen. Visit us at interactivebrokers.com to learn more about these offerings. Interactivebrokers.com. Interactive Brokers, member SIPC.
Be sure to watch The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande weekdays at 9 a.m. on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to The Phil's Gang Show right in your hands, at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Listen to what people say about philsgang.com.
You know, I'd listened to you on the radio, and I thought, oh, I love his sense of humor. He can make trading fun. I guess this is the guy I'm going to learn to chart with. The Phil's Gang. Phil, I have learned so much. It is absolutely incredible.
For a successful investing plan for any time frame, from current income to your retirement security, philsgang.com puts you on the path to making profits in the stock market.
You make it so simple if they can really grasp what you're trying to get through to them.
Only philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell teach you, coach you, and guide you to investing confidence.
Being a gang member, and you're showing us how to trade in any market, which gives you such a feeling of confidence.
Why pay an outrageous fee for a one-time weekend investing class when philsgang.com provides daily investing webinars, alerts, and investing advice for only $49.95 a month, and all material is archived? Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Investors who want to maximize their opportunities and minimize their losses, turn to philsgang.com. Beginner or seasoned investor, philsgang.com is where you learn to invest using professional-level skills and strategies, regardless of your experience and investing goals.
Been a member for about a year, and this year I'm up around 60% on my portfolio.
I'm a new gang member. I'm up like 15% in 3 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving my confidence back in trading.
For only $49.95 a month, you will have access to all Phil's Gang programs, special alerts, the daily investing class, and all material is archived. So why don't you take care of your financial opportunities with philsgang.com? Operators are standing by. Simply call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com today.
Be sure to watch The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande weekdays at 9 a.m. on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to The Phil's Gang Show right in your hands, at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
So what we saw Friday just adds to what is a very strong economic backdrop, from the consumer to jobs to GDP. It was a little disappointing, but you know what? Fourth quarter growth was still very robust. So the U.S. is still in a good position.
There it is. I would think, but I thought by Tuesday afternoon that the jibber-jabbers, all this noise about how, matter of fact, one person said it was a miracle. The numbers on Friday were a miracle. I thought it would subside, but it didn't subside. It's still not subsiding. They still believe this is a miracle number. It's unbelievable. What are you, nuts? Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. But before we get into the numbers and before we get into the economy and into stocks, I want to remind you, you can follow me. If you're in your car and you have a mobile device, you're in front of your computer, just go to philsgang.com and click on Watch Live. And then you can watch as I use my charts, and you can follow me. And some of the stocks that we've been working with have been doing very, very nicely, especially our oil sector stocks. They've been doing very, very well. And we'll take a look at those when the market opens. But we're very pleased with the oil sector. Remember, using charts, we were able to catch the gold mining stocks before anybody else. And then same with oil. We caught the move in oil. So we caught the gold mining stocks move, the oil mining stocks move. And today, hopefully, we start catching the big cap stocks like Caterpillar. But we'll go over those, as I say, once the market opens. But let's get to a bizarre statement. Remember this. This is incredible.
I am concerned that the size of some of these institutions becomes so large that it does become difficult for us to prosecute them.
And he went on to say, oh, if we prosecute, it could hurt the economy. Everybody wondered, what's he talking about? Prosecuting the banks would hurt the economy. They prosecuted the people at Enron. What's he talking about? Now we find out. Now we find out what he's doing. Eric Holder and the president are extorting money from the banks. That's right. Instead of taking and putting these corrupt bankers in jail, which then hopefully would stop the bankers from what they're doing. Like, for example, right now, Jamie Dimon is doing exactly the same thing with the auto loans that he did with the housing loans. The auto loans, the subprime auto loans, are going to implode. It's going to take down this economy. No question about it. But because he wasn't put in jail, he's out there again, buying every auto loan he can find, regardless if they're bad or subprime, and he's packaging them and he's selling them off to investors, selling to pension plans, just like he did with the subprime housing. But if he was put in jail, that wouldn't be happening. So why didn't Holder put them in jail? Why didn't Holder prosecute these 5 largest banks and the officers, these corrupt officers? Simple.
They needed a way to fund their left-wing organizations. Remember Acorn? Congress cut them off. Congress said to Obama, you can no longer take taxpayer money and fund your radical organization that you're in love with, Acorn, which he was an attorney for. Remember they cut them off? Well, guess what? Now Acorn is being funded. How are they funding it? Well, they're not taking the taxpayer money. What they're doing is fining the banks and taking the money from those fines and giving it to their left-wing radical organizations. Acorn has rebranded themselves a new name, Manual Housing Association New York, or Manny. They have received $17 million of the fines collected from Bank of America and other banks. It's incredible. Listen to this.
Bank of America, for example, has been forced to pay $17 billion for what it did during the crash. Some of that money will actually go to left-wing activist groups, Acorn-like groups.
They think that J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and the other banks agreed to give money to liberal-leaning nonprofit housing organizations, whether those housing organizations and their clients suffered as a result of what the banks did or not, in order to avoid criminal prosecution by the Justice Department. So the Justice Department threatens to indict somebody and says, you pay somebody else out here who has nothing to do with the case and we won't indict you.
So if that happened, that would be illegal.
Well, no. If that happened, it would not be illegal. It actually would be a process that Justice Departments have been doing all along.
So no, it's not illegal. It was illegal giving money to Acorn, taxpayer money to Acorn. Congress shut them off, and these other organizations. So how they're getting around it, what they did, they went to the banks and said, instead of putting you in jail, instead of prosecuting you, we'll fine you. And you give us that money and we'll take it and we'll support Acorn and other left-wing organizations. Remember this?
You have more people in jail today for securities fraud, bank fraud, and the like than ever before.
But no Wall Street executives.
No Wall Street executives.
Now that's Lanny Bureau. Remember, he was the guy in charge of prosecutions for Holder. He left right after that statement to 60 Minutes, and he went to work for Holder in his Washington law firm, which he now is defending the big banks. He represents the big banks.
Because if I bring a case against Institution A, and as a result of bringing that case, there's some huge economic effect. If it creates a ripple effect so that suddenly counterparties and other...
Oh my God, do you believe this? So they have been lying to us all along. Now, another favorite of Obama, a left-wing organization that he admires, is called Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. The founder calls himself, quote, a bank terrorist. He has been convicted of drug and gun running and human trafficking. It's just like again what the president hanging around with Al Sharpton. He doesn't care who he hangs around with. It's amazing. By the way, did you hear the interview last night on that with that was another great interview. O'Reilly was interviewing David Axelrod and was asking about that, what's going on with Al Sharpton.
Sharpton, everybody knows the resume, all right? Why? It's morphed into Sharpton's there more than 80 times. He's got a signed picture that says, to my fellow warrior for justice. I mean, are you kidding me with Al Sharpton?
You don't decide, and I don't decide who leaders in a community are. Al Sharpton is widely regarded as a leader within the African American community.
Do you think the president respects him? Do you think the president respects Al Sharpton?
Well, I think he respects his leadership on some of these issues, on these civil rights issues. Yes, I do.
He owes millions of dollars to the IRS. His organizations owe millions of dollars. Is there any other American in the White House who owes millions of dollars to the IRS?
I don't know. I haven't gone through the tax returns
but
of
isn't
people
that
coming
strange?
to the White House.
Isn't that strange?
No, I don't think it's strange. There are people who've had... Look, Donald Trump, as I'm sure been in the White House, he's gone through bankruptcy.
Wow, boy, if I was Trump, I would be so angry over that, comparing Trump to Al Sharpton. Of course, Trump put himself in a box because he admires Al Sharpton. He told people that he's a friend of his. But, so he's in a box. He can't come out swinging on that one. I'd be insulted. There's a big difference between Donald Trump. Donald Trump never personally went bankrupt. Remember that, never. His corporations did, okay, but not him personally. And Al Sharpton is a different case. Now, when O'Reilly asked him, is there anybody in the White House that owes $4 million in federal income tax? And he said, well, I have to check it out. Check it out? There's nobody. That's ridiculous. By coming back and saying, well, I'd have to check it out, I don't know. What are you, nuts? Hey, when we get back, we'll take a look at some of our oil stocks. They're really doing good, and that's why you should join the gang, so you can do good with the oil stocks. Let us teach you how.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. I'm here today with philsgang.com's Phil Grande. Phil, do people really get hurt with 401k fees?
Sure, you're seeing it today like no other time because most people don't understand the fees. And when the 401k started out, it was a perfect timing because the stock market was roaring for 2 years. So they didn't care what they were paying for fees. It always looked like they were making money in spite of the fees. It wasn't until the market broke they found out that they were being scammed by fees. At just a 1% fee, they wipe out 28% of your money.
So you're saying there's a big difference in how much money you end up with at retirement.
Amazing that 85% didn't know what effect these high fees had on their retirement money. For every 1% they pay, 1% takes away 28% of your retirement money. 2%, you lose more than half of all the money you put away for your retirement.
Fees are damaging your future, your retirement. Learn more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, this is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best deal, and they find it at philsgang.com and Interactive Brokers.
Professional investors know that Interactive Brokers provides the edge they need in today's markets. Low commissions and financing rates, along with best price execution and a focus on advanced trading technology and low costs that help maximize returns. At Interactive Brokers, not only do professional investors get direct market access to stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and funds on over 100 markets in 23 countries from a single IB universal account, they also benefit from a wide array of advanced trading technology. Go to Interactive Brokers and improve your returns today.
philgang.com chooses interactivebroker.com. Check out Interactive Brokers for more information and be sure to tell them Phil Grande sent you. That's interactivebrokers.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the stock market after losing most of their money in the different crashes, but now you don't have to be fearful because we have technology that will tell you when the markets are ready to collapse. That's right, the PT2. I designed it so that we get information in advance of any correction, the smallest correction to the largest correction. Get my PT2. Make sure this time when you are investing that you have safety on your side.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. Listen to what people say about philsgang.com.
You know, I'd listened to you on the radio, and I thought, oh, I love his sense of humor. He can make trading fun. I guess this is the guy I'm going to learn to chart with. The Phil's Gang. Phil, I have learned so much. It is absolutely incredible.
For a successful investing plan for any time frame, from current income to your retirement security, philsgang.com puts you on the path to making profits in the stock market.
You make it so simple if they can really grasp what you're trying to get through to them.
Only philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell teach you, coach you, and guide you to investing confidence.
Being a gang member, and you're showing us how to trade in any market, which gives you such a feeling of confidence.
Why pay an outrageous fee for a one-time weekend investing class when philsgang.com provides daily investing webinars, alerts, and investing advice for only $49.95 a month, and all material is archived? Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the stock market after losing most of their money in the different crashes, but now you don't have to be fearful because we have technology that will tell you when the markets are ready to collapse. That's right, the PT2. I designed it so that we get information in advance of any correction, the smallest correction to the largest correction. Get my PT2. Make sure this time when you are investing that you have safety on your side.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264.
At philsgang.com, we're here to help you build a successful investing plan for any time frame, from current income to retirement security. Phil's Gang's technical chartists Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell are dedicated to helping you and guiding you to make profits in the stock market. For over a decade, philsgang.com has been empowering Phil's Gang members to take control of their financial lives. We're proud to offer knowledgeable investment guidance, powerful trading tools, and investing resources that help you pursue your goals with confidence. philsgang.com has daily live webinar trading classes. They post alerts on market moves. They have tons of stock charting educational videos, and all philsgang.com material is archived. Whether you're an active trader or long-term investor, philsgang.com gives you everything you need to research stocks, place trades, and manage your portfolio. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Talking Trader Stock Charts.
Manufacturing's adding jobs for the first time since the 90s.
And that is not true, and we'll go over those job numbers in a moment. But first, when the stock market opens in a few minutes, we're going to take a look at our oil stocks, and we're going to take a look at Caterpillar, and you can look at it with me on my chart. Just go to Phil's Gang when the market opens, philsgang.com, and click on Watch Live, and you'll see my chart, and I'll show you what we're going to be doing with Caterpillar, and our oil stocks have been doing really, really well. You should join the gang, and again, I think it's the best teaching format in the country, and take a look at it. You'll see. It's just the best way to learn how to invest, where you have total control yourself. Because remember, the stock market is no longer, the stock prices are no longer connected to the companies. Since we have QE, and we keep on taking QE money, trillions of dollars, and injecting that money not into the economy, but directly into these stocks. The stocks are soaring 6-7 times faster than our economic growth. Our economy is not growing. It's stuck at 2.2%. But our stock prices are up 5-6 times more than the growth. How can that be? That's called stock buybacks. It's making a lot of money for 10 percentile, but it's destroying our country. And we'll talk about that too. But first, this holder, I want to finish this up. This is amazing to me. Why couldn't they take this money, instead of giving to these grubby left-wing, many of them are communist organizations like Acorn, no question about it, and this one, the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation, where the guy that's ahead of it, he says he's a bank terrorist and he's a convicted felon. Drug running, gun running, human trafficking. He goes in and out of the White House. He's a buddy of Obama's, just like Sharpton. What is it with this? This is amazing. Now, Holder is going to tell us that these 5 largest banks were too big to fine. Too big to jail. So he'll just fine them. But he didn't tell us what he was doing with that money, where it was going. Now we know. An organization by the name of La Raza. Another one, Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. Operation Hope. Here's another one. Operation Hope, a South Central LA group that pressures banks to make what they call dignity mortgages for deadbeats. They go into the bank, and a person doesn't have a job. He has a credit score of about 480. Forces the banks to make loans, or they're going to sue the bank. Now, the money that is coming from the fines of these banks, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, is going to this organization. So they can loan these dignity mortgages. So this is what Obama and Holder have been doing with the money. Instead of funding small businesses, why don't you go fund small businesses? Instead of funding these left-wing radical organizations who are involved in crime. Obama should be, if he's not focused on small businesses which create jobs, be focused on our older adults who never before faced this financial crisis, financial insecurity, because of his failed economic policies, his redistribution of wealth, the zero interest, which this group no longer could depend on their savings. They used to take money from their savings. They used to make 5-6% on their savings, CDs, no more. It's at 0 or 0.25%. He's destroying these people. Why don't he take the money from the banks and give it to these folks? Let them save it. Let them have some savings again. These are seniors. But instead, he'd rather give it to these criminals, these left-wing organizations. So he's spending all his energy on making the 1 percentile rich so he can tax them to support his ever-expanding welfare state. And then he's fining the bank so he can take that money and give it to his favorite left-wing radical organizations. Yet, he's ignoring all the financial challenges of the retirees, and especially our older adults, our seniors. They're a lot of these seniors, you forget, they're left underwater on their mortgages. Why don't he help them? But he's not. He's not. It's a terrible thing. Just a terrible thing. Now, we've been talking about the market. When the market still opens, we'll go and take a look at our stocks. But we got to understand, volatility. We always talk about volatility in the market. And I've told you that volatility is a symptom of a bigger underlying problem. And when you look on a chart, you can see the volatility, especially in the S&P. And I'm going to put the S&P up right now on my chart. I'm putting up two of my charts, the PT1, PT2. And you go to my site, philsgang.com, and you can go to philsgang.com and you watch live, and especially if you're on a mobile device, and you can see it. So you can see what's happened. We've had this nice tight range, and then we had all this volatility. Now, what does that volatility represent? It represents there's a symptom of a bigger underlying problem, and caused by uncertainty in the economy and uncertainty in earnings going forward. That's why you're seeing this volatility I'm showing you on my chart. But this volatility gives us a wonderful opportunity to take stocks and to invest in them in short periods of time, which we do on our PT2, like we did with our PT1, like we did with our oil service stock, OIH. And we're doing very nice with our OIH, like we did with our gold stocks. Another stock we did yesterday, an oil sector, WTI, did very nice yesterday. So today we're going to take a look at Caterpillar. We think Caterpillar is ready. And now Caterpillar, remember, it has dropped from $111 down to $78. That's a big drop. So this volatility is due to many things. First of all, last Friday, we had the employment report. Now, I'm going to tell you what causes this volatility. Now, they are calling it almost a miracle, which is nuts. It's not a miracle. When you get inside this report, it's but ugly. Now, the markets have been driven by noise from outside the United States as well. Markets have been volatile due to the debt negotiations between the bigger European nations and Greece. Remember that? Then news came out of China. And that the authorities in China announced they were going to be cutting their reserve requirements for the banks and ease bank lending requirements. And that gave us a 300-point rally that day. So we have all of these things coming at us that's causing this volatility. But if you know how to use a chart, that's a wonderful thing. And when we get back, we'll look at the charts. 28 past the hour here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Investors who want to maximize their opportunities and minimize their losses, turn to philsgang.com. Beginner or seasoned investor, philsgang.com is where you learn to invest using professional level skills and strategies, regardless of your experience and investing goals.
Been a member for about a year, and this year I'm up around 60% on my portfolio.
I'm a new gang member. I'm up like 15% in 3 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving my confidence back in trading.
For only $49.95 a month, you will have access to all Phil's Gang programs, special alerts, the daily investing class, and all material is archived. So why don't you take care of your financial opportunities with philsgang.com? Operators are standing by. Simply call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com today.
philsgang.com is a powerful online website for novice and experienced stock traders and investors who demand professional-grade online tools, superior customer support, and extensive investing education. Not sure how to trade or invest in stocks? philsgang.com is your #1 educational source for online stock trading and investing material, with daily webinars, individual charting videos, and programs customized to make you a smarter, more informed investor. It's as simple as following philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell. When they buy, you buy. And when they short stocks, you short. In this volatile market, wouldn't it be nice to have someone guide and coach you to create wealth in the stock market? Well, you can with philsgang.com. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're gonna house you, we're gonna feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic. And that's philsgang.com.
I'm here today with philsgang.com's Phil Grande. Phil, do people really get hurt with 401k fees?
Sure, you're seeing it today like no other time because most people don't understand the fees. And when the 401k started out, it was a perfect timing because the stock market was roaring for 2 years. So they didn't care what they were paying for fees. It always looked like they were making money in spite of the fees. It wasn't until the market broke they found out that they were being scammed by fees. At just a 1% fee, they wipe out 28% of your money.
So you're saying there's a big difference in how much money you end up with at retirement.
Amazing that 85% didn't know what effect these high fees had on their retirement money. For every 1% they pay, 1% takes away 28% of your retirement money. 2%, you lose more than half of all the money you put away for your retirement.
Fees are damaging your future, your retirement. Learn more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande weekdays at 9 a.m. on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to The Phil's Gang Show right in your hands, at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Easy Trade Platform.
President 44 has added $8 trillion almost in 6 years. I don't understand. He was so against adding to the debt.
Let me try and enlighten you on this point, since you don't understand.
I don't understand.
There was an intervening event. It was called the Great Recession, the biggest economic catastrophe.
What about 9/11? Didn't that intervene on George
economic
Bush?
Catastrophe. Look, what happened under President Bush was that we had.
Oh, here we go. It's always President Bush's fault. I mean, President Bush was a dope, but this guy Axelrod. You know, it's amazing, these guys. Unlike Nixon and Clinton, Now, they lied in self-defense, but guys like Obama and Axelrod, they lie proactively, which is dangerous. They will say practically anything to achieve their goal without any regard to the truth. It's amazing. That's why Wall Street, you got to approach Wall Street with caution. They do the same thing. They will lie. CNBC has lost most of their audience because they lie about the economy. They lie. It's just like the job numbers. They're still, since last Friday, still hyping these numbers as a miracle. There's no miracle with them. It's crazy. As I said, we are having this volatility. Go to my site, philsgang.com. So if you have a mobile device or if you're in front of your computer, you can see this while I do these stocks as the market opens. And you can see clearly what's going on. We have this tremendous volatility, and I'm pointing it out right now on my chart. And look at that volatility. When you, as I say, when you have a tight cluster like this compared to this up and down cluster, wide swings, that's telling you there's no confidence in which way the market's going to go. When you have a tight cluster, that's when you jump in and that's when you pour money into the market. When you have a cluster like this, that means when you pull money out and you're cautious and then you switch from investing to short-term trading, maybe where you're in a stock anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks. We call it swing trading. And we do very well with swing trading. We've done well with our oils. We've done well with our golds. So we just do a shorter period of time. But let's talk about this for a moment. Now, as I said, these jibber-jabbers, they fail to tell us, okay, the main driver of this economy is not the oil, it's not energy, but auto sales. And the folks have over $850 billion in outstanding subprime loans. Next is student loans. That's what's driving this economy. Autos and student loans, not energy, not tech, not Google. It's auto loans. Can you believe this? And you got the student loans are exceeding $1.2 trillion in debt. Now, there was an article yesterday talking about the next subprime crash. It was in the New York Times. I think it was New York Times, which they're pointing out what I've been pointing out. This is where the crash is going to come from, the auto sector. It's the largest lender of subprime auto loans. And the biggest culprit is a company called Ally, A-L-O-I, Ally. They charge interest rates of 20% to people with credit scores 600 and below, and they'll give anyone a loan. Now, the New York Department of Financial Services, the U.S. Attorney General, they're all investigating their abuses. But instead of cutting, even so, as they got investigated, they made an announcement they're going to increase the amount of subprime lending. They announced it while they're being investigated, while they're being scrutinized. So is GM. That's right, GM, Ford, because of these subprime loans. Now, the auto industry has been cooling off since November. They had a historic number of 17 million units. And that was in November. December, I think, was 16, and December was 15. So it's cooling off a bit. So, but what they did, instead of, as I said, instead of taking Diamond and putting him in jail, he's behind this subprime paper machine driving millions of transactions, which are recorded as auto sales. But as I've been saying, in fact, they're more in the nature of short-term loaners that are going to go to, they're destined to go to the repo man. So here you got Diamond. If we put him in jail, this wouldn't be happening. So Diamond was and the banks created the subprime housing mess by selling all that paper, garbage paper, and putting AAA ratings on him when they weren't, so he didn't go to jail. So now he's doing the same thing with the subprime. So what does Holder do? He embraces Diamond and says, okay, look, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to put you in jail, but I'm going to fine you, and then I'm going to take that money and give it to Acorn and all the other left-wing radical organizations rather than give it to small businesses, rather than give it to our seniors. What are you, nuts? So the biggest problem is we are never told the truth of what's going on. And that's why you've got to have charting. If you have charting, you'll be fine. Let's take manufacturing. They keep telling us manufacturing is the deal. Listen.
Manufacturing's adding jobs for the first time since the 90s?
No, it's not true. Now, the jibber-jabbers with the president and his PR department, the Main Street media, have been telling us this crap. As manufacturing is the primary driver of the nation's recovery, when it's not. It's autos and student loans. To say manufacturing is leading recovery is about as truthful as a statement when he said we could keep our health insurance if we liked it. There were 17,619,000 Americans employed in the manufacturing sector in January 1998. And remember this. By January 2010, when Obama was in office, this figure declined to 11,462,000, meaning we lost 6,157,000 factory jobs. We lost that in 12 years. That's an average decline annually of 513,000 jobs, and a 35% overall decline in manufacturing employment over 12-year period between Bush and Obama. Now take between 2010 and 2014. A pathetic 762,000 new U.S. manufacturing jobs were created over that 5-year period at an annual average rate of 152,000 new jobs. In contrast, during the preceding 5-year period, 2005-2009, an average decline of 562,000 jobs per year. So let's put this in perspective. This means that only 762,000, or about 27% of the 2.8 million manufacturing jobs lost under Obama, are actually being recovered. That's it. 27% of the 2.8 million jobs being recovered, and manufacturing leading the way. Since Obama became president, American manufacturers employed 1.4 million fewer factory workers today than when he took the Oval Office. So while the manufacturing sector has rebounded, as they call it, okay, we'll give them credit, rebounded a little in recent years, its contribution to the economic and employment growth to the GDP sucks. It's lagging behind what? The auto industry. And the auto industry is going to implode. Amazing, isn't it? And remember in September 2012 what Obama announced. He said, I have a national goal to create 1 million new manufacturing positions by the end of 2016. Since that announcement, the U.S. manufacturing sector has created payroll jobs at a rate of only 11,000 per month, and fewer than 300,000 jobs in the total over the last 27 months. That rate of factory job creation, it's going to take, he'll never hit it. That would be a miracle. That would be a miracle. So that is why you got to stop listening to the jibber jabber, and you got to start, if you're going to create money, if you're going to retire, and if you want to have a good lifestyle, and if you want to live the same lifestyle you have now while you're working, while you're retired, please join the gang. And stop with this following these money managers, these 401ks. They're putting you in these stocks and bonds and you shouldn't be in, because you can't make money with them. First of all, the expenses are too high. All you want to know is when the big boys are putting money into a stock, you just got to identify when they put it in, you put it in. When they take it out, you take it out. And that's what we're here for. Join my gang. We get back, we'll take a look at some oil stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
philsgang.com is a powerful online website for novice and experienced stock traders and investors who demand professional-grade online tools, superior customer support, and extensive investing education. Not sure how to trade or invest in stocks? philsgang.com is your #1 educational source for online stock trading and investing material, with daily webinars, individual charting videos, and programs customized to make you a smarter, more informed investor. It's as simple as following philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell. When they buy, you buy. And when they short stocks, you short. In this volatile market, wouldn't it be nice to have someone guide and coach you to create wealth in the stock market? Well, you can with philsgang.com. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's Gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's Gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic, and that's philsgang.com.
Please grab a pen and paper or type this into your phone. InvestYourself.com. For the best free financial newsletter on the planet, go to InvestYourself.com and sign up today. Hi, my name is Bob Renier, and for over 20 years I've been publishing InvestYourself.com, and I guarantee this is the only newsletter that provides the truth, it's easy to read, and it's free. Consider this. The feds have just ended the QE program in this country, but Japan and Europe continue to print money, and all of this affects our stock market in ways you've never seen before. I invite you to sign up at InvestYourself.com. Our absolutely free newsletter will help guide you through what's really affecting our markets instead of the nonsense you hear from the mainstream media. For over 20 years, people have called it the best free newsletter on the planet, and I think you'll agree. Take a moment and go over to InvestYourself.com and sign up today. It's absolutely free, no credit card required, no ID required. Simply pop your email address in the box. That's InvestYourself.com, InvestYourself.com.
Join the Phil's Gang Show every Friday for the Phil's Gang Show Business Roundtable segment. Phil Grande is the recipient of the prestigious Arthur Young Venture Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and Phil's companies have been honored on the Inc. 500 list 2 years in a row. We're the fastest growing company in America. Now, Phil will share business knowledge, insights, secrets, and experience on how to build, buy, and sell a business. That's the Phil's Gang Business Roundtable segment, only on the Phil's Gang Show. Listen live at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Investors who want to maximize their opportunities and minimize their losses, turn to philsgang.com. Beginner or seasoned investor, philsgang.com is where you learn to invest using professional-level skills and strategies, regardless of your experience and investing goals.
Been a member for about a year, and this year I'm up around 60% on my portfolio.
I'm a new gang member. I'm up like 15% in 3 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving my confidence back in trading.
For only $49.95 a month, you will have access to all Phil's Gang programs, special alerts, the daily investing class, and all material is archived. So why don't you take care of your financial opportunities with philsgang.com? Operators are standing by. Simply call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com today. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Gang, InvestYourself.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, if you have a mobile device, go to philsgang.com, click on Watch Live, or if you're in front of your computer. If you don't have either, tonight this will be archived for you so that you can see this. Okay, join the gang today. Now, when I say that, because I want you to participate with us in the oil market. Remember what happened. We had GDX drop, we had gold mining stocks drop almost 42%. Almost 42%. And then we caught that rally on GDX. I'll show you right now, right here. So you can see it on my PT2. So if I go back a year in PT2 chart, you'll see we caught this drop. This drop, we knew money was coming out of the market. No question about it. That's the beautiful thing about PT2. You don't have to know anything about fundamentals. And then we had a surge that started to turn green. Now she's pulling back, turning red. So you knew when to get in. And we had a surge from about $18 to about $23. That's a nice move. That's a very nice move. And then the color code just tells us right now in red money is coming out. So we caught this rally. Now, our gang members caught a portion of this wonderful rally. Now let's go and look at oil. We're going to do the same thing with oil, and we did. Oil dropped down to, as I said, we had a drop of 65%. But we were able, using this PT2 chart with our color code, here it is, just turned green. That told us the institutions were putting money in. So we follow the institutional money. There it is. And then what you do is you just say, okay, if I'm going to buy the stock at $11, I'm going to buy the stock at $11.63, you can simply put in what they call a stop, where you control, let's say I put in a stop at $10.64. That means if I buy the stock at, let's say, $11.29, if it starts dropping below $10.78, it's automatically kicked out. So you control your loss. Isn't that beautiful? So you know when money is going out, you know when money is going in, and you can control your loss. That's why you should join the gang, so that I can teach you this. We're a teaching format. This is so simple. The kids could use it, for heaven's sakes. So simple. Now Caterpillar had a drop, and this has been a wonderful stock. This is a brand name stock. Now Caterpillar, because the dollar's been going so high, they've been getting killed in Europe. But that's an opportunity. That's when you want to buy stocks, when nobody wants them. A 30% drop in Caterpillar. Now take a look. Now Caterpillar has yet turned green. The minute it turns green on my PT2, then we know the institutions are putting money in. See, that's all you need. You don't need to know. You see, again, there is no fundamentals don't apply anymore. Those days are over. This money, the market, remember, is injected with trillions of dollars. The stocks are injected with trillions of dollars. Think about this. The stock buybacks are killing the economy, but are creating a lot of wealth in the stock market. Why aren't you there? Let it kill the economy. It's killing the economy. So, because what's happening is the wealthy, the people who are in the stock market, they're gaining. But the 90 percentile of the population are losing. Their wages are at a 26-year low. Yet most of the money managers missed the entire 200% rally since 2009. Do you know that? Your money managers, most of them missed that 200% rally because they used fundamentals, watching to wait to buy. They're waiting for a buy signal from the GDP that never came. We didn't miss it because we're using charts. See, historically, after a correction of more than 10%, stocks climb out of the correction first. Then the GDP economic expansion kicks in, which is a buy signal for those who buy on fundamentals. But it never came. There never was a surge in economic growth because the money was pumped into stocks. The Fed took $3 trillion and didn't put it in the economy. They lied, so they did, put it into stocks. So it never came. So because of the trillions in QE that were injected into the not Main Street economy, but the stocks, as a result, stocks soared 6 times faster than the economy was growing. So these money managers are waiting for the economy to grow before they expanded. They lost out. We didn't, because we watched the income. We watched the money flow. So the stock buybacks gave us an artificial boost of 6.1% increase in profits, in earnings per share. Then in turn, that causes stock prices to increase 5 times faster than the growth of the economy. So the people who are participating in the market right now are making money if you know what you're doing. And the best way is with charting. I just showed you Caterpillar. You can get into Caterpillar. You can get into oil. You can get into oil services. Just follow us. But so let's think about this. So corporations are making more. Their profits are the highest in history. Why? If they're highest in history, where's the money going? Well, it's not going to wages. They're not paying people anything. That's why they have such huge profits. And they have these fake profits from buying their own shares back. So where's all this money going? The corporate profits are going back, being plowed back in to buy more of their own stock again, to push stock prices up. It's not going, and it's going into dividends. So think of it. They're taking half of all their profits, buying more stocks in their buyback programs to push stocks even higher without sales. Then they take 37% of the profits, they spend it as dividends to the shareholders, which, by the way, shareholders do not provide any capital back to the company. They don't. They do nothing. They extract. They don't provide it. So only 13% of profits is going back into the company. So people always ask, where's all this money going? It's going into the pockets of the 10 percentile, going to the pockets of the CEOs. It's not going into the wages. If that's why we don't have growth. You see? So only 13% of profits are going back into the company, which means that our GDP economic growth is going to continue to stagnate. They're not putting money in wages. They're not putting money in new IT spending. They're not putting money in R&D. They're only putting money in stocks to push the stocks up. That's why disposable income, the money people have after paying their bills to go out and spend on TVs and washing machines and so forth, they're not spending. They don't have any. And that's why we saw durable goods like TV, appliances, etc. take a big hit. But what else are we seeing? We're seeing that the economy is not growing. So while wages are at a 26-year low, let's put this in perspective. Wages at a 26-year low, and often CEOs are compensating themselves 300 to 1 compared to a worker, and we're only taking 13% of profits, piling it back into R&D. That means we're not going to be able to compete globally. Everything's about pushing stocks up. So here's what you have to do. If you're participating with a planner or you're participating with a stockbroker, you're nuts because you're working on fundamentals. And this has nothing to do with fundamentals. Let me ask you, if the economy hasn't been growing for the last 5 years more than on average 2.4%, but stocks are surging 5 times faster than the economy grows, how could that be? Aren't stocks supposed to go up when the economy grows and people have jobs and they go out and spend money? But wages are at a 26-year low. So if wages are at a 26-year low, then how the hell are stocks going up so much? Because of stock buyback. So why are you not in the market? And you use a simple chart like this PT2. If you don't have time, look at it. See, like Caterpillar. You're not going to catch Caterpillar? Caterpillar dropped by 30%. Join the gang right now, and we'll show you how to catch the Caterpillar when the institutions buy it. It's that easy. Join my gang today, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.